Good afternoon, everyone, and yes, new haircut, new this. Today's discussion is something that is quite challenging, which is explaining the concept of MDM to a 5-year-old and a 50-year-old, but in two different time periods. So, obviously, in class, we talked about the 5 and 50-year-old, basically saying, like, you know, to the 5-year-old, like, oh, like, we work with, like, YouTube videos or video games, concepts like that. And a 50-year-old is probably not going to be that out of touch with technology, I would imagine, but you could branch out to be, like, you know, again, hitting those three, I forget what it's called, that triangle, of business, technology, and creative skills. I think you can still hit on that triangle in 1923, but obviously the technology that is available is a little bit different. The media in general is completely different. So I suppose you could explain using things like radio shows, I guess film, music as well to a certain extent. Those sort of things, and explain that you work with entertainment media like those, but oh man, it's hard. It's tricky. I guess entertainment media that can convey information, I think. That would be a good way of putting it. Yeah, something like that. And then of course, obviously, between the 5-year-old and the 50-year-old at that time period, obviously, the 5-year-old is probably not actually going to have that much experience with things like film, maybe at that age, because if I might be totally wrong here, but if my understanding is correct, at that time, film was a lot different in terms of, or like going to a movie theater. It wasn't the same as like now where you go to a movie theater and you watch something. I think back then you'd watch a movie, but there would also be like segments about news and stuff like that. It's almost like TV to a certain extent. Music, though, I guess they could understand. And radio shows, I mean, I think, yeah, every house had a radio at that point. So definitely something along those lines. I think for the 50-year-old, this is the hardest. This is the most challenging thing, I think. What would you say? I guess you could talk about the same things as the 5-year-old, like as a baseline. Everything that a 5-year-old would understand, you could probably assume that the 50-year-old would understand. But I guess again, you could emphasize more the triangle. I'm telling you, it's timeless because I think it encompasses everything. You could talk to the 50-year-old. You could say, well, you know, the MDM program, it teaches us about the latest technology, which you can just say that because the latest technology would be relative to whatever was the most recent invention in 23. And then creative, you could talk about just creative skills, writing, inventiveness. Those things are all timeless. And again, that third point of what's the third point? Business. Again, timeless. So I think the hack, the cheat here is you hit on the triangle, and that will serve as a good foundation for explaining the program. Shout out to whoever in the program came up with the triangle, Dr. Carter maybe or something. I don't know. It seems like it's a really good way of explaining the program. So, anyways, yeah.